All right, that's Bitcoin. All right. So my quality is better if I put the video, my quality will be degraded.
No, it's let's try it and
open up a little to get.
Yeah, you are. You
Can
see,
you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Right, I'm actually in the trading zone. As you can see, I have
Hey, we want to see the screen.
Right, I have I work
Then
with
you
4
can
months.
talk to it.
I've got two operating right now in the trading
Yeah.
zone.
Okay.
And basically I am trading. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
I am actually trading a cryptocurrency called Uniswap.
Okay.
So I have come from $5,000.
Yeah.
And I have benefited.
Okay. So yeah, I can see. Good evening, Fred.
Good evening, sir. I can't see anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's counting down. We are now 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah. Can you see us now?
Okay, yes, now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sir. Yes, sir.
We are talking. Have you seen the other gentleman called Divine Mafa, who's got the screens there?
Okay, yes, I've seen the screen, so I can't see the human being himself.
Yeah.
Now I can see the human being.
Now you can see the human being. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So here we are. We were talking off screen about how to build communities where savings are the cause. So, Fred, have you joined the Blockcoin family?
Yes, sir. I just did today. As soon as you sent me the link, I just joined today.
You just joined today?
Yes, sir.
And how was the joining? Was it problematic?
No, it was just a straightforward. I do love the link that you sent me. It's linked with the website, how it's been designed with the 1873 FM and all that. It was really impressive. It didn't give me any problem. I signed up, and then they sent the code to my email. So I used that code to just enter, and then it got approved. So there, I went to my app store to download the app, and then I tried the email and my password, and it just took me into my account.
All right. So you used the. Okay. Good evening, Mr. Mafa. How are you?
Easy to trade, but it's not an easy game to win. So you have to be emotionally balanced. One of the problems is the emotion of all people come through the computer, and you can feel it. And everybody, you are dealing with the most intelligent people on the other side, especially the ones who win, because they are about only 10% of the winners and 90% of the people lose. So,
okay.
Trading requires emotional control. It requires patience. You have to be patient to wait for what is called the ceiling and the floor. The ceiling is called the resistance. The floor is called the support. The support is where the cryptocurrency, if it's $10, it's never gonna go less than $10 unless there are some weaknesses and in the integral wholesome of that coin. So, for example, maybe there's bad news, maybe there is dilution, or maybe there is basically lack of liquidity. There are few people trading that day.
Okay. I'm not trying to stop you, but can you really elaborate what crypto the what do you call it, the blockchain itself, what it does? Because it looks like what you're saying right now is all about the trading.
All right.
The blockchain itself, what is it about and what it does? How does it benefit? If we are not doing the trading, how can that app itself benefit individual people? This because it's not everybody that you go and tell or speak to about trading that the person will be interested. Likewise, you mentioned that it takes like 90% people to lose and then 10 people to win. So there is nobody that you will say this to that would have that oomph to even join or be part of the family of block what do you call it, Quinn. So what are some
Right.
benefits and some good things about it that definitely people would love to hear so that they can join such family?
Yeah, first, maybe that's a good question to start from,
Yes.
just to introduce each other
You,
as members of the
which
CBC.
is on a blockchain of Ethereum, and
No, no,
Ethereum,
I think
second,
and the motors,
uh,
and the
third
case.
blockchain
Let's
in the world after Bitcoin. And
no,
Ethereum allows a lot of
no,
other
no,
cryptocurrencies to
divine,
be. Let me start.
divine,
What is it? What is
no,
Bitcoin and what is
no, no,
Ethereum? So anyway, you know
divine,
what Bitcoin is? Bitcoin
no, no,
is money that
uh,
is on the internet.
hello.
Okay, Mr. Murray is trying to chip in.
Yeah, divine is on a,
Yeah, yeah, he's on the serious
is
highway.
on fire. Yeah, we are not
Right.
talking. We are not
No,
there
we're
yet.
not
Divine.
taking that way because, but
No,
but
no, no, we are not there yet.
but the
We are
the whole
joined
goal
by
is to
Whisper Ganya.
the whole goal is to, to
Good evening,
decentralize and
Whisper.
empower people so they can keep all their money.
No, no. Let's let's start with good evening, Mr. Whisper. Good evening,
Good evening, Mr.
Whisper.
Whisper.
Very good.
Can you hear us? Whisper.
Yeah.
Hello. Or he's talking somewhere, and Divine is on fire. He's talking and not listening to anyone. So today
I
we
think
just
he was 1,000% prepared.
all right. We're still talking about C to C. Why do we need blockcoin? What is blockcoin?
Yes.
Yes.
And why do we need a
Yes.
family of blockcoin? So
Yes.
that's where we are. So Whisper Ganya comes from blockcoin. And blockcoin is an
Yes.
initiative that we are pushing to assist community members who may need to move money from one person to another, who may wish to trade.
Mm-hmm.
So what you have done, Freddy, is to join the family of blockcoin.
Yes, sir.
What is a coin? We may start there. Let's see whether Divine is
Mm-hmm.
now ready to join us. Hello, Divine? Hello,
Hello,
Divine? Yeah. No, Fred comes from Ghana.
Mr. Mawere.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Fred comes from Ghana. Maybe just introduction. And Whisper,
Okay.
maybe you can introduce
Can you hear
yourself
me,
and
gentlemen?
then, yeah. So,
Okay.
Divine, let's start with Whisper. Introduce yourself.
Good evening on that side.
All right. Okay. Thank you, gentlemen, for arranging such a a meeting. My name is Ganya. I am the business development manager for Blockcoin Exchange. I'm based here in South Africa, and my mission is to make sure that we bring in Blockcoin as a solution to solve some of the problems that we've had over the years, over the decades, as a community here in Africa. I'll go into details in terms of what problems we seek to address. Basically, in a nutshell, that's me.
All right. And Divine, you can introduce yourself. He's gone. And Fred, maybe you can introduce yourself. Hello.
Oh, okay. My name is Fred. My full name is Frederick Kumson. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello.
we can hear
Yes, we
you.
can hear you, Fred.
Yes. So my name is Frederick Kumson. I'm originally from Ghana. I'm a sound engineer by profession, a member of 1873. A member of 1873.
All right. So, can you ask the question that you wanted to raise with Paganya? You are afraid he has joined the blockchain platform.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to join the block coin platform today when Mr. Murray called me and explained one or two things to me, and I told him I would like to get more elaboration from the person who is really in front of this whole initiative. It was easy for me to join. It didn't give me much problem.
Hello.
Everything went through nicely. I would love to know the benefits in it. One, when
Yeah.
introducing it to someone, how to go by it, and
Yeah.
what the block coin itself means and what it does itself. I will be very happy that I get more elaboration on that.
Better signal. See if this is
Okay, thank you so much, Fred, for your questions. Uh, just so that you know,
Yes, sir.
basically, Blockcoin, there's a few elements to it, and I'll go through step by step, so that
Okay.
there's understanding. So Blockcoin Exchange, it's a platform where basically we one will be able to do transactions of cryptocurrencies, for example, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XP, basically most of the prominent
Okay.
cryptocurrencies, and
Mm-hmm.
also be able to have a wallet there where you can then transfer fiats.
Mm-hmm.
So one, it's an exchange.
Can you hear me,
Then the
guys?
second thing is that it is also a token, ERC20 token, where on you are able to people are able to invest
Okay.
into this token or into this cryptocurrency. So you can invest into it and obviously buy low and then sell when at a higher price and make some money. So there's a lot one can do on that platform. Or some of the benefits I'll go through with you is that it's a way to store storage of value of money. I'm sure most of the currencies or most of the economies, especially here in
Mm-hmm.
Africa, with inflation, if you put your
Mm-hmm.
money into the bank today,
Mm-hmm.
there's no guarantees that you still have that value in the next 6 months or so. So the first thing is to,
Yeah.
you can use it to store, and you can also use it to trade, change it into other different fiats as well. And another way
Okay.
that we have this platform for is to also be able to help the unbanked people
Mm-hmm.
on the continent. Most people on the African continent do not have bank accounts, and with just that wallet there, you are able to transact
Hmm.
from peer to peer, person to person, deep down into the
Okay.
into the village. So what that does is to give people freedom of the ability to be able to move assets,
Okay.
without any issues, without having to worry about bank accounts and so forth. And then
All right.
obviously the other point, it's a good.
Uh, can I ask a bit of a question before you continue with that? Probably I might forget it. You are saying
Okay.
that it helps with
Okay.
transaction between block queen individual people. Like if I've registered and Mr. B has
Yes.
registered and he's in the village, I
Mhm.
can send him money. Isn't
Yes.
that right? And this is a situation whereby
Correct.
probably Mr. B that I'm sending money to is not having a bank account. How does Mr. B get his
Yes.
money physically? Because probably doing transaction like that, some people would love to physically see their money and know that they're comfortable having their money
Right.
in at hand itself.
Okay. Right. So here's how it works. So Mr. A, which is you, and then Mr. B. Mr. B has a wallet, in the village, and you have a wallet as well. So what basically happens is that you will
Yeah.
go on the platform, be able to
Mm-hmm.
do a transaction,
Mm-hmm.
deposit, money into
Correct.
his account or into his wallet, which is created on the platform. Then
Mm-hmm.
that amount or that money or that amount
Mm-hmm.
appears into Mr.
Mm-hmm.
B's wallet on the phone. Now Mr. B has
Mm-hmm.
his money on the wallet.
Yeah.
Not Yes, he now has his money on the wallet. So if he wants, for example, to then purchase
Mm-hmm.
an item, let's say he's deep down in the
Mm-hmm.
village, okay, what he can then do is, to
Mm-hmm.
that amount, cash out that amount that he has into what he wants to
How
buy.
does he cash out if he's not having a bank account?
Yes, into okay, so this wallet on the phone. Now, Mr. B, I hear some feedback there.
No, no, yeah,
Yeah,
go
it's
ahead.
it looks like, yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay,
Yeah, we
Yeah, I
can
right.
can
hear
hear
So
you.
you.
this is where we work. Okay, so this is where we work with individuals. Individuals, which is basically people that will be representatives of
Mm-hmm.
Blowcoin. These are just normal
Mm-hmm.
people like you and me. They will be anywhere. They will then be able to call up to say, I want, cash because I want to purchase something, and then you are able to swap your assets with someone who can actually give you hard cash, and then you are able to give them,
Mm-hmm.
that person, then you can then sell that coin to that person on that platform.
That
So
person.
you get cash, and then gets the coin. So the whole thing removes the actual bank, then gets people like yourself and myself to be able to transact, these,
Okay.
to build up, assets and value that way. So
So
that's what will be
with
happening.
such
So
with such initiative with such initiative, it's
mhm,
more nicer for us as a family of Blockcoin to even have our own mall,
yes,
whereby we don't deal in physical cash but deal in Blockcoin transactions. So if I'm talking about our
that's
own
also
mall, like within the family of C2C, whereby you have people that trade in let's say fresh fruit, vegetables or fruits, and you have individuals that does something else, somebody that is into something else, sales, let's say have a boutique, or someone who is into a different sales altogether, that we are family of Blockcoin, whereby we
mhm,
buy fresh produce or anything like that using the Blockcoin as transaction.
mhm.
Is that possible easily?
Is it? Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. It is. is very possible.
Great.
The whole idea is to run away from
Great.
the traditional means of doing things and be able
The
to
banking system.
swap our assets in the
Mm,
banking system. Yes, be able to swap our assets.
mm,
Your assets or your money or your value, you will have it right there on your phone. You'll be able to see it to say, I have X amount today. I want to do
mm,
a cash transaction. I want to pay for school fees. I want to this. You are able to do that because on the platform
mhm,
itself, there are always people that are either buying coins or selling coins. You can always it's around. And there are also other individuals out
okay.
there that are saying, okay, look, I want my money on the coin because I want to let's say, for example, to purchase an item in South Africa, but I'm in Ghana. Now, I don't want to go through this whole issue. What I'll do is I'll swap my assets with someone in South Africa, rather, coins in Ghana, and cash out in South
Hmm.
Africa and be able to pay for equipment or whatever it is in South Africa, rather, instead of me trying to go through this whole traditional way of moving money from Ghana to South Africa, because the process will take
Hmm.
less than 5 minutes to buy coins, while you're in Ghana,
Hmm.
cash them out in South Africa, and swap assets with someone here, and your money is in South Africa.
Don't you think that it will be a great thing for Blockcoin to have its own, um, let's say, ATM or swiping cards, whereby it will be linked to your account, and if I don't have to probably do exchange with anybody else or anything like that, whereby the person can decide the amount that he needs to give you or not. But you can still swipe with your Blockcoin account, ATM card to purchase whatever that you want to purchase with. Don't you think it would be a
So
great idea to come up with a card like that?
yes, yes. So we do have what we call the seven Blockcoin ecosystem. So
Okay.
number seven is Blockcoin cryptocurrency debit card. With that card, you are able to, obviously that is not yet, we have not actioned that yet, but that's the
Okay.
bigger picture. With that
Okay.
card, you'll be able to actually withdraw, move your money from the wallet to the card and withdraw it at any ATM. And that's what we are looking at doing. So that's another way, or the other option that we have out there, and that's key number seven. But
Okay.
that does not stop transactions to happen in the meantime.
Hmm.
But that's the bigger
Okay.
picture, to have that sorted, so that
That's a bigger
you
picture.
people actually
All
have
right. So you can
debit
continue.
card. Yeah,
You can continue
debit
with
card.
your
Correct.
explanation on how the blockchain works. You can continue with how the blockchain works because you were talking and I stopped you to ask you some few questions.
Okay. Right. Okay. Cool. Now, where was I now? Okay. So I was talking about the benefits. We spoke about the issue of freedom. That
Correct.
you're able to move money from different places and so forth. And we said it was a
Yeah.
token, and we spoke about that is a global payment gateway. So people in the UK, all over, you are now able
Hmm.
to move money in different countries with no issues. And then the other issue also, it's the issue of corruption, and we've seen it especially here. It's big everywhere, corruption. But we believe that with this, because the platform, it's transparent. You are able to see exactly where
Hmm.
transactions, what has happened, and you're able to follow through it. So that will also eliminate most of the problems that we've seen, over the years.
Hmm.
So, in a short, what Blockcoin really is about,
Okay.
it's about empowering communities. It's about problem solving the issues that have been there. The problems are there. We all know about them. Actually, solve the problems, and also another issue, or another point that I want to mention is that we also give people an opportunity to empower themselves. people to be able to work on that platform.
Hmm.
If people decide to trade, they make a living just by trading, goods and services, on that platform. And then the other thing is also, we're also looking at, making sure, that, you store your wealth there, you see it growing, you monitor it, you have control over it, as compared to what we have seen where someone else is actually in control of that wealthy, but here you are in control. You can wake up every day and see exactly what you have, and what you own. I think that's really really important.
Okay, so from all what you've said right now, it sounds like what Luno is doing is almost the same thing that Blockwen is doing, right?
Yeah, I think Divine.
Similar, that we are in an African platform.
Yeah, maybe Divine. People are
Hello.
saying, who is the guy Pamawere? Uh, I guess you are below me. Is that correct? Divine,
Yeah, he's
Yes.
you can hear me. Divine, can you hear? Divine.
I think his
Yeah,
his network
that,
uh,
that,
is not all right.
Divine.
yeah, that's Mr. Divine Mafa who is below me. Then, but if you are talking about Bitcoin, you can use Luno to sell it from your
Yes,
blockchain account. So why do I
that is
need
what I
Blockcoin?
was asking.
That's what he was
Yes.
asking. And what's the time period between sending the money and actually cashing out?
Hmm.
How long does it take?
the the, the, the transaction, moving money from point A to point B.
Yeah, let's say
Yeah.
I'm a blockchain account holder and you are a blockchain account
Okay.
holder. And I want to
Okay,
send,
Blockcoin. Okay.
yeah, I want to buy a fiat. So I go to the exchange
Right.
here and I
Right.
want to buy BTC to pound sterling, Ethereum. Uh,
Right.
this is the
Yes.
block coin to US dollars. I then come there, I go
Mm-hmm.
to my wallet,
Hmm.
and I then
Right.
have a block coin. Then I want to be able
Right.
to deposit or withdraw. Then I put the amount there. Let's
Yes.
say 300.
Right.
Then I put the address, my address. Then I go here to withdraw.
Correct.
Then the
Less
transaction,
than 5 minutes, you'll be able to do those transactions.
I can see it in my wallet history.
Yes.
So it says failed, but that's how you get that through. So it works. This is
Correct.
my account. Thank you, Mr. Mawere, for this informative show for us to learn about investment. Laurie says, yes, that's why we are here. Mr. Mafa, are you there? Can you hear us? Mr. Mafa is silent, which means there's a problem somewhere.
I think I'm having audibility problems. Can you guys hear me clearly?
We can
Because
hear
I
you.
am not
Yes, we can hear
follow
you.
clearly.
Yeah, no, we can hear you.
This app somehow has StreamYard hasn't been
Yeah,
operating well in the States for some reason.
yeah, but we can hear you. You can. The question is, do you know Luno?
Is that-
Do you know Mr. Luno?
Yes, I have heard of an app called Luno, which is a South African exchange. It was one of my ambitions. That it's beautiful that it's designed by a South African, and he has been bought by Binance. It's a lot of money. Something that we look forward to doing in Zimbabwe, if that we can do our own exchange. So yeah, Luno is a good exchange. It just doesn't have a lot of coins. Now that it's been acquired by CZ, who owns Binance, it's going to have all the coins, all the cryptocurrencies, giving people a wide range of choices.
What is a coin? I know
A coin
to be changed.
Okay.
In terms of
Yeah.
a digital coin.
Yeah. What is a digital coin?
Right. It's a coded language which operates on the internet and all anywhere where the internet is, and it allows any individual to interoperate their money, exchange their money in that coin, and hold their money in that coin, and then transform that code into a digital asset where they are either hiding their money or bringing their money out. So basically, it becomes money basically because it's being able to use for transactions if you choose to. It holds value for anything you can think of, even for a house. So that's basically, when they call it a coin, I think they want to make people understand that it's money, but it's simply a computer code generated by computer programmers to be able to hold value for anything of equivalent. As long as we have decided that it should have value, it will have value. So that is
So
how I understand it.
you are saying the coin is not change. You
It is
know,
not
when I buy something for $1, less 25 cents, then I get 25 cents in coin form. You are saying that's different from what you are talking about.
Well, it is actually fungible. It's divisible, and it can be exchanged for value. And so it operates like money, except that you have to have a device in order to carry it. And like back then, you have to carry gold or a coin and present it to someone. But since we are now using our phones, we can send this coded language that represents the value that we have stored in this digital code. So you can divide it, you can do just as much as you can do with money, but you need an additional device. Now, there is a school of thought that is coming through that we can actually now print something like block coin and actually print the block coin, as long as we can embed it with a chip that will carry the code and it can immediately transact. And especially if you have a QR code, you can immediately scan it and it will either deplete that value. You can present it to someone as real money, as a coin that people are used to say in rural areas. But as long as there's something like a phone to actually then scan that real coin. So you can take real coin like silver and put that digital code on that as well. So that's another school of thought. They've done it with Bitcoin in 2010, but it lose popularity. They're gonna do it again this year as soon as Bitcoin hits 50,000. So I hope that answers. I can't
All
hear
right,
everything, guys.
Fred from Ghana, coming from
All right.
Ghana,
So
do
from
you
my
understand this
understanding,
language?
it's
Do you understand this language? What he's talking about is gibberish or Greek.
okay. So that is why I'm coming in on this. I wanted to find out. Yes. So all right. So if I may ask, this is something like this. Let's picture it like this. It's like I have money. I use my real money from my account to purchase data or airtime. That airtime, let's say about,
Yeah.
whereby I can send that data to Mr. B or Mr. C for that person to use that data that I've sent it to him to change it into natural money or currency, like holding currency into his personal account.
Yeah, Fred, you are onto
Correct.
something that we need to explain. Maybe before we get there, there is Glenda. Mukoma Masimba varipi? Nai nichangosvika.
Yes.
So Mukoma Masimba is in Australia, and we have posted this show on his personal page.
Now I'm being bullied. Now I'm being bullied with Shona language now.
No, yeah, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. That there are people who love the page owner, and we have posted this show on 8 platforms, including Mkoma Masimba. So there are people who have come and are saying this is not interesting. We want the person, not the knowledge. We enjoy to talk to Mkoma Masimba. So Glenda, I'm sorry, Mkoma Masimba agreed that his page must carry different content. So we said we share this conversation about the digital space, the cryptocurrency, and how we can build communities of value, not value in terms of trading or in terms of banking, but value in terms of knowledge. We have 2 people here,
Currency.
Mr. Whisper Ganya. You can lift your hand. He is here to talk to Blockcoin, a platform, an exchange that is operating, that is working with C2C initiative so that members can also trade and get involved in the crypto world. That's the future in this digital age. Then we have Mr. Divine
Bismarck.
Mafa, who is part of this ecosystem. He lives it, he talks it, he's got language that we don't have.
Yeah.
And they pay you basa. Dara. Somebody is looking for a job, but is not seeing a job in what we are talking about. So we will explain how each GXL can get a job from the question that have arisen. And then we have, so you are as strong as the number of users on your site. You are always as strong as the value you have. You can't get digital currency or cryptocurrency without the fiat money and the value that it represents. So if you have $2, you can convert $2 into Blockcoin. So you give up $2, you get credit in a coin called, which is a digital asset called Blockcoin. If everyone
Yes.
withdraws, what happens? It means it's a zero-sum game. Once you withdraw Taddy, it means your money is backed by some asset. Because for you to get the digital currency,
Yes.
you must have given up something. So it could be vegetables,
Correct.
it could be meat, kgs of meat. So when you withdraw, you get your meat because you are just there to store value. But if you trade, then you are taking the risk.
Correct.
You may win, you may lose. And if you lose, you lose in the trade. But you will have to make the choice first to convert your money into a digital asset. Then you can then use that digital asset outside the bank charges. Like only today, I sent some money to somebody and I forgot one digit. So to reverse it, I had to pay money just to reverse. To deposit cash in your account, you pay. So if you want 100 rand in Fred, if I send you 100 rand, who pays the charges for sending the money?
Yeah.
Fred, if I send you e-wallet,
Definitely.
who pays the charges?
You are the one to pay because you are the one
So the
sending it.
sender is the one who pays.
Correct.
So you are actually paying more than what you owe the other person for convenience.
Yes.
You're the one who
Correct.
pays for the charges, sir.
How many people think that is one for one?
Yes.
That the bank doesn't charge?
That's it. Yes.
How many people say,
There's a
send
lot
me
of people
1,000
think that way.
and the charges will come in your account without you knowing? So the bank automatically, they
Exactly.
don't negotiate
A lot
with
of
you.
people they don't have knowledge of the bank, not the charging.
That's right.
There's a
So
lot of
even
charges for
let's
storing.
say with Mukuru, they think
That's true.
Mukuru is a brother or sister.
Yeah.
They
Yep.
think
Yeah.
Mukuru is free. And you ask them, how much did you pay to Mukuru? They don't even know. How many people are ignorant about their money?
A lot of people. A lot of people. They actually pay anything between 6 to about 16%. And sometimes they don't even know about it. They don't even realize that they're paying so much. Uh,
Yeah.
So they think Western Union is a brother, is a cousin.
exactly. A lot of people think that it's free, but it's actually not. In Africa, just so that most of the viewers know, people are paying anything between 6 to about 16% just on cost to do remittances of funds from different countries. That's how much people are paying just for that. And obviously, for storing money in the bank, there's a lot of cost that comes with that, which is bank charges. If you're running an account, whether it's a personal account or savings account or business account, it comes with a heavy cost to maintain that account.
Mm.
There's a lot of money that you pay for that. And what we are saying, for example, with cryptocurrencies, with Blockcoin, for example, is that you don't have to be paying banks all this money that you're paying just for storing. You could store your money on this platform. You see it on your phone. It's yours, and you're not being charged. You're not being charged what you're currently paying right now for storing. And also, just so that people understand,
Yeah.
because I've heard a lot of people asking questions to say, what is cryptocurrency? What is it? A lot of people don't seem to understand it. I just want to share this little explanation that I have. When I was growing up, as a little boy, my father used to buy me, music. I used to play and listen to a lot of music. So they used to buy vinyls. Those days they were buying vinyls, but from vinyls, things changed into cassettes, and from cassettes, it moved into CDs, and from CDs, we moved into MP3s, and from MP3s, we are now into streaming music. I'm sure Can you see the transformation that has happened over time? The same thing is what has happened also with regards to money. In the beginning, people would trade with physical gold and silver, and from there we moved into anything of value like cows and cattle and goats, and from there people actually moved into cash. Something that you can touch, you can see it, and then from there, bank wire. I mean, sorry, cards, which is money, or plastic money or cards, and from there bank wires, bank transfers, and now we're moving we are already into cryptocurrency space. This is where we are. So this is just the evolution of money, so that people understand, what is going on. Yes, I see someone saying Mukuru charge is same as World Remit. That's correct. They
World
charge
limit,
quite
yeah.
some money for people to transfer. Yeah, they charge a lot of money to do remittances.
Uh,
I just wanted to
you,
clarify this history about money and
you
cryptocurrencies.
know why, Laurie, why are you saying same as World Remit? What are the charges? Laurie, educate us that this platform is for education. But tell us how much you are paying. Then Laurie says, is there any other way to send money without paying a lot of charges? The only way to get not to get paid is to die. When you are dead, you pay nothing. But when you are alive, Laurie, there is a payment. And rest assured that you pay. But the only difference is that if you are in a community, we share and reduce the cost. We can reduce the cost of payment, and we can work from that. So there is nothing in life that is for free, but when you are organized, you pay less for more services.
Correct.
So, Laurie, there is nothing, but we are saying whatever you are paying now, if you are a member of C2C, you pay less. You pay less than you would pay to Mukuru. You pay less than you would pay to World Remit. So this is about reducing the cost of transactions. And if you transfer money to a person in the same network, it's called peer-to-peer transfers. It means you pay less, Laurie. So that's the power of organization. The more organized you are, the less you pay. And the more you become angry at why you have not been checking what you are paying. How many people
Yeah.
don't do their bank reconciliations? So they end up paying more per transaction without feeling it. So if I send
Yeah.
you e-wallet, you find that I still pay. But when I'm paying, it doesn't tell me how much I'm paying. But when you look
Yeah.
at your statement, you then see that there's a cost associated with that. If I go to the
That's
bank
it.
and deposit money, I don't even notice that I'm paying for deposit. So those who are in trading, when you close your shop in the morning, you take money to the bank, you pay for depositing money in the bank. If you are a pastor, you receive money, you also pay. So there is nothing that you can do, Lori, to avoid paying. The only thing you can do is to reduce the cost associated with that service. And that can be best done when you have volume. So if more of us use a platform, we pay less. It means we can find merchants who accept cryptocurrency or blockcoin or
Yeah.
blockchain. They accept. It means I can pay airtime cheaper. I can pay electricity cheaper. I can transfer. Somebody can pay for me. I call that person an agent. Is there some sort of vendor
Yeah.
to convert Bitcoin to currency already in various countries? Yeah, that's what we are building together, Taddy Max. That anyone who is a member is an agent, is a member services representative. So, Taddy, if you are in the UK, you wish to send money to Zimbabwe in sterling or in dollars, it means you give me your dollars and I give somebody the physical cash in Zimbabwe, and then I credit my account with a blockcoin, the same way you
Coin.
do for mobile money. What happens if it's EcoCash? I send money to EcoCash, then the agent is the one who gives you the currency, and then you then gives you the currency, and then you then accept that money as currency, or they can pay with wallets. I can pay with my EcoCash, so I don't have to withdraw. But EcoCash, until recently, was operating outside the radar screen of the Reserve Bank. So I could do those transactions between EcoCash and the agents. So if I want to pay for my data, I would do the same thing that Fred has been asking for, which is data itself becomes currency.
Yeah.
Like in prison, cigarettes become currency. In the free world, Bitcoin or all these cryptocurrencies occupy the same role as what cigarettes do. And you can do the same for other trades, as long as the other party accepts that as a form of payment. So we will go into that literacy. If you are interested in this, those who are not interested in it, please type Y. Just put Y. If you are not interested in knowing about money matters or value matters, just Y or N, because there are some who want to have a different content, so that we don't talk about value where there are people who don't want value. So, Mr. Divine, any final comments on your part? We are missing you.
Thank you. I not had much of the discussion. As I was saying, somehow Yard Stream, there were problems with Yard Stream. I was reading about it. It's not really accessible to the United States. I wish we could use another platform.
So next time we use what do you call it? We use
Zoom.
Zoom.
The Yard Stream does not work in the United States. I think I've said this before. So it's quite hard. I'm sorry that you couldn't hear me. However, this is the edge of the digital assets. What I mean digital assets is that we are moving into a new realm where money itself, as you know, is transformed forever.
Yeah.
Fiat currency is money which is created.
But that's Divine. You are giving people more than what we had promised. We are going to talk about that content. For now, we just want to know those who are interested in mining this knowledge, in learning about blockchain, block coins, cryptocurrencies. Please indicate your interest so that we can organize with those with knowledge, so that we have only those, because right now there are people who would rather lose their money in banks. They don't want to hear anything. They want here to talk about things that have nothing to do with money, with value. So unless we know who is who in the zoo, we end up talking to the wrong people. And we end up, maybe one person is listening or watching when we are trying to do something. Mr. Mawere wants people to join first before information is shared. No, I don't want people to join. I want animals to come and listen to Divine Mafa with his vast knowledge. But if you're a human being, please pay, please become involved, become engaged, become knowledgeable. Like I spoke to Fred from Ghana, he said, I'll join. Fred, did you join?
Yes, sir, I did. I did register today.
It's done it. It's just electronic, and join so that you have we have a good start. We know we can take a head count and say, Divine, we are going to have 10 people who want to learn about value matters, not money. Money is not value. And you must have value. Otherwise, animals will be in the cash market. Animals don't accept cash to protect you from death. So animals eat you first, then they settle that. There's no refrigerator, so anyone can scavenge. So Loveness Mangaira says, yes, I do. So please take that link, join. We can also have chat rooms there, video calls, and video content so that those who have no knowledge, need knowledge, let them say so. So I see Laurie said, yes, I want to be part of this knowledge corridor of life. There are many people who are born and die with ignorance, and they end up rewarding the banks, and they say, why are banks making a lot of money? They make a lot of money because of you and I who are not willing to learn. So if you are willing to learn, please, we have Whisper. You don't have to whisper, just become engaged, involved. You find that your membership fee will pay for itself when you send money. Imagine I pay World Remit, I pay Western Union 10%. And if we said pay half of it, would you be willing to save half of what you would send so that you end up 50-50, half a glass that is half full and a glass that is half empty? Laurie, would you love that
Yeah.
to reduce your cost? What's the link to join Blockcoin? The link is I posted it there, but let me put, once you join, you tell us so that we can track you. And if you want to join the C2C network, because you will have to put a reference number there, so we can give you the reference number. So if you want to join the network, so that when names are called, you'll be on the front line and saying, I'm a member of C2C. We are building a community where we save money, not spend money, where we reduce the cost of transactions. That is you join there, and then once you join, we give you the Blockcoin link so that we protect each other. There are many people who are scared of block coins, blockchain, Bitcoin, whatever it is, any cryptocurrency. They are scared, and some people were scared of Zoom, were scared of cameras, but we are getting somewhere. Some people are scared even to use Facebook to talk about money matters. Imagine if money never visited human civilization. I'll be moving around with potatoes looking for kgs of meat. They call it butter. We were there before, but it's not our time. We are in this digital age,
Exactly.
the luckiest people to be alive when digital currencies are being used. Can you imagine how the world would look like if COVID visited 100 years ago? We would be figuring out how to communicate. And the one who created life created COVID, this virus, so that we don't see it. But the same people don't want anything to do with digital. They think it's mysterious, superstitious. Say, why am I doing it? So, Mr. Mafa, don't you find that somebody who loses money on digital blames the vehicle, blames the bridge? Somebody who's driving a car and there's an accident, you know who he blames?
The car.
No, the road. That surely the road should have warned me. So, if you want to get ahead, be a friend of life. Life is a risk. The biggest risk, not to
Yes,
many
life is
people's life.
that's so true. I just wanted to agree with you what you are saying, Mr. Mawere. You know, when the internet started, a lot of people thought that they didn't actually need the internet. Even until as recent as COVID 19, when the lockdown started, I remember some of my friends that are in the telecommunication space. A lot of people thought that they only use the internet at work and so on and so forth. But immediately when the lockdown started, everybody started and realized that they needed to have the internet as a way of communicating, either to do work or do stuff, work from home. Now it was now a situation where people were forced to get to change or to get into use the internet. The point that I'm trying to make is that we are getting to that point again where we shouldn't as human beings be waiting to be forced to change. We should actually embrace change. And cryptocurrency is here. If you look at even what happens when you go to the correctional services and jails and stuff like that, as soon as you arrive there, if you are going into a prison cell or something, they will change money and they'll give you the currency that works in that community. It's some coins. They'll give you those coins, and that's what will start to work in that. But that will represent the value of the money that you brought in. So it's this is where the world is. The world is now moving into digital assets, like what my brother Fred here explained so well, to say it's just like when you're sending data. When you buy data for airtime, you would say this data is worth 100 rand. It's worth 100 rand, and you know the value of that data. That's exactly what is going on. It's just being moved into data and being transferred, in a much easier and in a way which is more safer, on the blockchain network, which is more traceable. You can't lose it. It's more transparency. This is the new way of life. So it's important that people, we get involved, we get to learn more. What I've always said is that go on YouTube, find out exactly how blockchain works, for example, if you've got questions. But things like Blockcoin that we are starting to do now for Africa will definitely empower more and more Africans and save as much as we can. So I just wanted to agree with
I
you
think,
with
thank
what
you
you're saying
very
there.
much. Here we're talking about community building. We're talking about volume, not value. You pay less when you work together. You
Yeah.
don't pay
Yes.
more. America is a community of diverse people, and you pay less
Correct.
because you're in America. If you go to another lonely place and call it your country with the flag flying high, you pay more because of that flag.
Yeah.
So if imagine we have 1.3 billion or 4 billion Africans and we all were
Yes.
members of one community, this is our time
Yes.
because most of them have smartphones, but they are not smart. How
Mm,
many people have smartphones? They don't
mm,
understand the power
Mm.
of being smart is to be organized.
mm,
So if
mm.
you're organized tomorrow,
True.
you have a
That's
link
so true.
like Fred became a member of the C2C, then he was
Mm.
given a link to go and join. I can give you the link to Blockcoin
Yeah.
IO, but you can get an app for free, but where are you going to get the knowledge? There are many
Yeah.
people with accounts with
Mm.
companies, but the companies are not working. They just registered, but there's no
Yes.
trading. We can use
Mm-hmm.
one of us to say, let's put money, $10, $10. Then we have one trader who bridges out to the market, and he
Yeah.
charges us a good fee than for us to
Yeah.
open brokerage accounts and for us to learn what we never learned
Yes.
before. So if we can have a corner shop
True.
that buys from a wholesaler and sells to me, why can't we do the same for money matters? Mr. M, you said we would be the vendors, but the site says the recipient can transfer to MasterCard. Yes, you transfer to MasterCard. And that is what happens. You transfer to MasterCard, and MasterCard will then somebody has got a MasterCard. You receive money. It's just a gateway. So if you put money through MasterCard, I can also put it through a human being who is got MasterCard. So we all don't have to have bank accounts. That's why we're saying we are talking about financial inclusion. If one
Yeah.
of us has got a bank account, all of us have a bank account
Bank
because
account.
we are using our own family or community bridges. Tadi, Joshua in SA to his mom in Zimbabwe example, we can do the same. Send money And Jonathan Toakari, Zimbabwe Muin, he says, Musaigwa, that's my totem. Mkoma Mawere, you are a prophet. He calls me a prophet, but I don't have the wisdom to be a prophet. I live in the present, but I hope since I'm related to people, and God call me a prophet because there are many phony ones. There are many fake ones. I would rather be one of the fake ones and tell you that tomorrow COVID will go, but I don't have the power. But Jonathan, we just are not prophet. But what I know is that when we work together, we are stronger. When we are diverse, we are stronger. Money is a voice. When it's combined, it is with a voice. When we trade in the millions, because we give money to somebody else called the bank, they give it to somebody to trade. They make the profits without our knowledge. Why can't we be part of it? I get 0% interest. I can borrow the money in the US and put it in a trading environment in a block coin. I get 10% for the year just for holding the money. And then the money can be put in trading. How many people procrastinate? They think a checking account is a safe account. How many people don't know? And he says, you have great wisdom. I don't have wisdom, but I'm just telling you that wisdom comes when people act on ideas. The idea here is to build a community of people who understand what money is, what value is, where money starts and where money ends. There are many people in government who are blind to what money is. They don't need a prophet, Jonathan. They just need common sense, logic, and reason. And logic does not need you to be in government to have it. Does not need you to be a woman to have it. Does not need you to be a man to have it or to be old or young. Either you got it and we are giving you wisdom. Yet other people would want us to talk about something that doesn't matter on a Friday. So we already have done more than what we had asked for. So as we close, unless you have a burning question, we'll continue to ask Mr. Mafa, Mr. Ganya to talk to us. Does the value of Bitcoin depreciate? Like a currency, it's always the same value after you buy it. Yeah, your Bitcoin, you have a currency called Bitcoin. And you take that Bitcoin and you are there. So don't worry. Hello? So don't worry about Bitcoin. Hello? Hello? Yeah, good evening.
I'm sorry I missed your call. I was trying to see if what was happening with like
Okay, can I call you just shortly?
Okay.
So thank you, Jonathan, for respecting me, and thank you for the encouragement. So as we wind up, any last comments and last things that you may be able to share so that we all can come back and talk. Those who want to hear more, I've not seen yeses. If they are not 10, we can't do anything. If there are 10 Jews, you build a synagogue. If there are 10 blacks, you talk about a synagogue. So what makes me black if I'm human?
Yeah.
So if you are interested in knowing more, please just type and please do the right thing. Be part of the highway.
Yes.
Tadi Max, yes. Mr. Mafa, do you have any last words about community building, the power of building communities around a problem?
I think that you have really summed it well, that if we are to come together, problems that we have as Africans, the problems that we have as a world,
But why do you say if? I don't understand you now. Why do you say if when you are already a member of C2C? Just talk about yourself. No, don't encourage a dog to bark, Divine. You waste your time. Yeah, you can't encourage someone to benefit because they benefit by coming together. So why do you need to encourage a person? It's self-evident.
Right. It's actually self-evident. Procrastination is a thief of time, and probably another reason why people don't do it is something that.
No, don't talk on behalf of people who are not here. Then somebody says a Bitcoin are a fraud. Simba, everything is a fraud, including marriages are a fraud. You ask the wife, where was your husband? She tells you, was there. COVID has protected a lot of things, but also caused a lot of nightmares. So anything is a fraud if you are not united. But if you are in a community, if somebody sees your wife or your husband making mischief, then you know you are not safe. Right. If somebody picks up your WhatsApp and you'll be shocked what is in it, even yourself you'll be surprised. So Simba, we are talking about coming together to mitigate fraud. We are not talking about coming together to enhance it. When we come together, we can share the bad news so that we clear it. Was it your negligence? Was it theft? There are many people who are ignorant, who confuse ignorance for fraud. So take time on our social media. We don't talk about value. We talk about expropriation without compensation. That's not what we are talking about. On account of race, that if you came to Africa, you are a thief. So the word fraud, Simba, be slow to use it because you are part of it. So please join the train with others, and you can use their ears and eyes to know what you don't know. If you have fraud in the name of Bitcoin, let's talk about it and see how best, because that's where the future is.
Yes.
10% in a year is too much. 10% in a year, how many days in a year, Divine? You are the mathematician.
365 days.
Yeah, 365. So what is the percentage per day?
It's 0.2% per day.
0.2%, and he says it's too much. And how much can you make? How much do banks make receiving money, sending money, just holding your money? When you put 5,000 in a bank and you say, I want my 5,000, will you get it? Or it will be less charges?
It will be less than what you put in these days because the interest is running in the negative. So you're actually paying the banks to hold your money.
You're actually paying, and Simba is saying that is 10% that you know is guaranteed. I would rather take 10% and work within there so that people who know about blockchains, coins, they can represent us like Whisper. He will whisper to us that things are not so well. What happened to money recovered from Chombo? I don't know. I don't even know what was recovered. And I don't know why it comes up in this conversation about Chombo. What has that got to do with us? So no, but who is Chombo to a Ghanaian? Fred, do you know Mr. Chombo?
C2C is a largest marketplace for that in Africa.
Yeah. Fred is from Ghana. Fred is from Ghana. He's lost. And so let's talk about things that are common to all of us. We spend money when we spend it. When we withdraw it, we spend money. When we do e-wallet, we spend money. When we deposit cash, we spend money. When we withdraw cash, we spend money. And the only issue is, do you want to continue to spend money? When you retire, you say, how much money did I reward the banks when I could have used that money elsewhere? We now have a platform where you can do transactions, spend less for transfers of money.
And as we go forward, some of the transfers, especially when you're using digital currency, will be completely free. In the future, I think very soon.
Very soon.
Right.
And the banks will be out of business. They're already closing branches. And how does Bitcoin
My
work?
phone will be dying
Thank
very
you.
soon.
I wonder, you are if do you want to learn about Bitcoin? And I don't think you want Facebook to be converted into a platform for learning, because there are many people. Nunzi zakawandisa. When you have meat, you have flies. Do you want flies to talk about meat? So Tawanda, are you interested in learning? Yes, that's good. So we have one. So please join, become a member of C2C so that we can all learn together. And we can have our own professors. We have blacks who understand Bitcoins. We have already who are eager to share their knowledge. But I've just stopped them. I have Mr. Mafa right now who would unleash a lot of knowledge to you. And even the knowledge that you may not need for now just to survive. So there are many people can whisper to you, but we want structure, order. We don't want just to send message to people who want benge, who want other things. I've sent you a link. Just look again. Join there. Once you join, please let us know so that we can begin to talk about value matters, money matters, value matters. Talk is cheap. So we are not here to be professors of knowledge, but to reduce your cost of life, not to increase it. And if we buy together, it means we can pay less. Whatever it is you think of,
Correct.
organized people
Correct.
always get better outcomes. So it's not something that you learn. And be visible for what you believe in. There are people who are willing to share their knowledge, and when they do so, you discover how stupid we all are, and we'll be singing Amazing Grace. So, Mr. Fred, did you know that Mr. Fred is a musician? Whisper, did you know Fred is a musician?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I
ask
didn't
him
know that. Fred, my friend,
ask
send me the kind of work
to
I
sing
want.
my Amazing Grace.
You know,
Mr. Moy,
I'd want.
I've lost my voice.
But please send me send me a link to your music work. Then I want to listen. I love music. I
All right.
also play a bit
I'll
of
send you.
music
I'll
part
send you
time. Yeah,
most
I
of
really enjoy music.
the songs that we've done. The initiative songs that we've done on SoundCloud.
Okay,
I'll send you the links.
No, but Fred,
Just
wonderful. I love music.
if you are talented, why can't you just give him Amazing Grace that I was once blind, now I can see? And it's Friday, Fred. Why are you behaving like a?
Yo, my
No,
voice.
no. Mine is
I don't have a
damaged
voice today.
from birth.
I don't have a voice today.
No, just try, Fred. You never know what you can produce.
No, seriously, Mr. M. If I
No,
say
if
right
you
now,
try, you
I'm
never
going
know.
to be
God,
on coffee the
God
whole night.
can use you as an instrument.
Mr. Simba, I'll sing for you later, but today my voice, yeah, Mr. M.
Okay.
He might end up
Now,
even judging me out of today.
all right. So if you are saying there's no grace in what we are talking about, then so I hope you have got the link.
There's
And
grace.
Tundra, I hope you
There's
have the
grace.
link. Let's learn about.
I just posted one of my art. I actually paint as a hobby as well. I'm sure you guys saw the painting behind me. I do
Yeah.
all those. I do all my art just to share as well for Friday. So you see, there's so many people with talent in this group.
In this group,
Seem to see we want out there.
says, are you from Accra, Fred?
Oh, I was born and raised in Accra, but I'm from Cape Coast. I'm from Central Region, so from South Point.
Is from Central Region of Ghana.
Yes, but I was born and raised in Accra, so I know
All
all
right.
corners of Accra.
Okay, so let's whisper. Do you want to whisper anything to the people about how to build communities that work for all?
What I can just say is, there is power in numbers. There's a lot of power in numbers, but for the longest time, Africa has not taken advantage of that, and the time to do that is now. You see, we cannot continue, to blame the past and what has happened and why, we are where we are because of things that have happened in the past. What we can change is the future by starting to build powerful communities like the one we have. By the way, I already have my account with Blockcoin, and I'm a member of C2C. There's, the stuff you were talking about now, and I've seen it with other smaller communities, in the African continent. I'll give you one or two examples. Some of my best friends here are, people from Somalia. They build their, communities, and it's working. So if we do that at a bigger scale, there shouldn't be any reason why Africans continue to suffer, continue to be poor. It does not make sense. But it's
Yeah,
all about us coming together, buy together, because we are putting all our resources together. That way, that is how you actually eliminate poverty, because now we are
correct.
going to buy with everything we have as one, and that is how we win.
Yes,
We, in this continent, we have the numbers, but if you look at who are the people that are running the show in the African continent, most of them are actually not originally from Africa.
yeah,
We should be asking ourselves, why is that? All right, and we cannot continue to keep on blaming the history, the past, and so forth. Let's be united. Let's create these platforms, and let's work together, and let's use the power of numbers, the power of the communities, and that is how we build a strong community, and that's how we're all going to benefit, because we are all working together.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
And Mr. Mafa, any last words?
I think I agree with what the gentleman was saying, that for many times we have seen products come to Africa, Google, Facebooks, but you see that China said, hey, we don't allow those products to come in our country. We're going to force our people, which of course that's what they do. They force their own intelligent minds to say, you create something or else you go to put you in jail. We are not like that in our countries, but at least we should be self-motivated to realize that we can create our own by do our own Google in Africa, our own Amazon. It's our own market. And that is what when we are here together, you realize this Mawere is in South Africa, I'm here in the States, and many people are Ghana. We are coming together. This one purpose to have one continent so that we can
determine our own future, at least have a say and participate in our economy. And I think that is very powerful what you guys have said, and I appreciate that. We've been talking about the same philosophy with Mr. Mawere for a long time, and now I see it has happened. I couldn't be more happier.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say.
All right. Perfect. So, any other comment, Fred? Anything else there?
I would say I really appreciate being on this platform today to really broaden my understanding on this initiative. I really appreciate the fact that today I was being part of this. I've really learned a lot, and I hope it's not going to end here, but I'm going to learn more and introduce friends and even family into this. And I hope it's going to benefit each and everyone that comes close to this initiative and even the blockchain idea. I really appreciate it, and I salute you guys for this. It was really amazing having this conversation with you guys today.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, thanks.
Yes, sir.
All right. So until we meet again.